and welcome to the Downshifters. Four mates from down under kick the can of F1. Today we're presented by Schwags, Lockie, Huppy, without our rock KT. Somebody wrote here because he abandoned us. That
was me.
That's harsh.
Well, that is harsh.
Well, he was actually escaped to the continent in search of a good Vindaloo and hopefully not too much loo. So this week we are doing a race and circuit preview of Baku, the continued fallout from the McLaren team orders. And it wouldn't be a race preview without our guaranteed certifiable race tips. So it's lights out.
Drop the clutch. Oh, that's right. Christian's on here.
Well, that's right, yeah. And let's get racing.
That'll do.
One of you has to lead in now and keep talking. Like a well-oiled machine.
Oh, hey.
All right. Am I doing this bit?
I think you were
Nate, no, you were doing this bit, Nate.
Seamless.
All right. Welcome to the Downshift. My task tonight, rather than Christian, is to go through the quick summary of the upcoming 2025 Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Baku. So the 2025 Grand Prix is the 17th round of the Formula One season, which means we only have 7 rounds to go after this one, so not long to go at all. It is a street circuit, goes through some pretty beautiful buildings. It's renowned for having lots of high-speed straights, but also tight 90-degree corners, and quite a history of drama at this track, including crashes, lots of overtakes because of the very long main straight. And it marks the continuation of Formula One's flyaway races. So McLaren is still entering this round as I know we've got strong favourites written here in the notes, boys, but let's not beat about the bush. They're going to take out the constructors' title probably this round, maybe next round. But it's a 6-kilometre circuit.
If all goes to plan this round.
If all goes to plan, I'm sure it's all that's their plan for sure. So yeah, a few quick stats. It's 6 Ks in length. It's one of the longest circuits in the calendar. The first Grand Prix here was in 2016. Which was an interesting race because it had an extraordinarily high number of overtakes, and we'll find out soon enough, was one of the very few races won from pole position. 1 laps, fastest lap time, 1 minute 43 from Charles Leclerc in 2019, 306k race distance. It's a standard race weekend as well, so there's no sprint.
Phew.
We've got your typical 1, 2, 3 practice sessions, some qualifying, and a race, which is a little bit kinder for us Australians. So it starts at 9 p.m. Australian Eastern time, which is nice for us. We won't be up too
That's
late.
awesome.
We'll get to bed on time.
Wow.
Much happy with that.
Why know ourselves?
Yeah, no. Well, we'll be happy. I don't know about the Europeans, but anyway.
Yeah.
So, yes, we will talk a little bit about the history of this race and like some of the drama that has occurred. And first, before we get into that, Lachlan, our resident weather girl, what are we expecting this weekend? Is there a chance of some variability in the weather?
There actually is, and not only the weather, but probably more the wind gusts is going to be, they're talking potential wind gusts up to 50k an hour, which could certainly knock the cars around. So first 2 practice seconds as Friday, and we're looking at about a 40% chance of rain. Temperature will be about 24 degrees. And the winds will be about roughly 15 to 30k an hour from that one. Saturday with the 3rd practice section, and most importantly qualifying as well. It is expected to be quite windy there. So 30 to 50k an hour gusts of winds, 22 degrees on trap, and only about 25% chance of rain. But for everyone knows, it's the all-important day on Sunday. There's a 25% chance of rain, so hopefully that'll hold off for it. But wind gusts 25 to 40k an hour, and the temperature will be around 22 degrees, just like Saturday. So could be in for an interesting, swirly weekend.
The wind gusts will make it really tough because it's a street circuit, so there's walls everywhere, and it's not that wide. It's I did a few laps on this afternoon on the F1 game on the sim, and
we watched it. You sent us a lap and we watched it. It was good.
It was a minute 43. It was all right.
Oh, great
But
laps.
If it's a street circuit, it's so tight, there's runoff areas at the end of some of the corners, and with the wind behind you, it could really upset the car in braking. Like it could make it really challenging. So it will be interesting to see, especially in qualifying, if it's windy, how the track's going to evolve, because it is a street circuit, it will evolve quickly.
Is it time for a dumb question yet, or is it too early?
No, of course not, mate.
When you've got a street circuit with walls like that, does the wind have more impact because it makes it a bit of a wind tunnel, or less impact because it's a bit protected.
Probably depends on the location. I don't know. It could be
Okay.
gusty, and that's the thing. If
Could
it's
be anything.
if it's open, if the track was open, you'd probably have more consistent wind and wind direction. But if it's in walls in a city sort of area, then if the wind gets guided down certain parts of the track, it could be more tricky, I'm guessing.
So when you were talking before as well, saying, the history of the track, now, let's be pretty fair though, it's had a short history. It's only been going for 9 years. So it hasn't exactly had the world's longest history in terms of the races. So starting at, 2016 with the European, that's not the world's longest history for this track. But we were mentioning before in relation to starting on pole position, this track is probably not one of the tracks you actually want to start on pole position.
Well, you always want to start on pole position, but the statistics show, look, we don't have Christian here. We know Christian loves a graph. So for those people who watch us on YouTube, we'll be familiar with Christian and his graphs. Daniel.
I stepped in.
Take it away.
I felt the need to step in and our long listeners are craving a graph. So I found a graph, and that was about what was it back? Where is it? It's down here. It's right down the bottom. It was about winners from pole position. And it was a pretty basic graph. It was like just had 2 columns of yes and no.
We can still put it up.
2016 and 2019 were the only 2 years where the pole position place getter actually came away with the win, won the race.
Yep. And then look, the next graph that we can show as well is the starting grid positions leading to podiums is also, it's a fairly flat distribution. So even people starting in 6th and 7th and 5th ended up on the podium. And I know it's a small sample set, like we've only had 9 rounds, but you would expect more people starting on pole to win a race in Formula One. So it's a track that, opportunities can present themselves.
It's had a bit of drama though, hasn't it, when we look through some of the stories that have come out of it, in previous years, and, some crashes and things that have gone on.
Exactly. We've had punctures, which have ruined a few people's races. There's that incident with Dan Ricciardo, too late in the brakes, crashing into the back of his teammate, and that was race ending. So, plenty of drama.
George had the manhole cover he discovered in 2019.
Oh, yeah.
I think they'll fix that up.
Manhole covers have made themselves known at a few racetracks throughout the years, but I remember seeing the impact of that and the sparks, and it was, dangerous.
That'd be nasty.
Wrecked the underside of his car.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But it's got such a long main straight. And when you look at the diagram of the track, you can see there's a main straight, but it's really there's about 4 corners before that you actually enter that last section, probably in 3rd or 4th gear in an F1 car, and you hold it flat through 3 or 4 turns and then onto the main straight. So you're full throttle for what feels like 20, 30 seconds. It's a long time. So if you've got a car that's efficient in DRS, like a Red Bull, for example, there's going to be a good chance to overtake people into turn 1.
So we reckon Mac's going to do some sneaky setups this weekend and get near the pointy end again?
Ooh, I don't know.
Well, the thing is, you've got a couple of good straights, but at the same time, too, you then got to be able to pull the car up because there's about 8 or 9 90-degree turns as well. So all well and good to have a couple of good straights, but you've then still got the tight part of the circuit as well, where if you can have your setup for that and get through the twisties, then
it is a track, like Locke said, that you need like a compromised sort of setup. And Pirelli and other publications will say it's sort of a low to medium downforce track, but I think most teams will be running a fairly low downforce setting because they want the ability to overtake. But there's plenty of corners as well. You need good exit grip. It's an interesting track in that regard. There's not a lot of high speed sort of corners. It's pretty much flat out or braking and turning 90 degrees.
And a reasonably mild weekend, so we might see some better results from Mercedes this weekend.
We'll see. I mean, George was fast last year. I think he topped FP3 last year. The Mercedes looked pretty good, so potentially.
Well, Charles has been the man to catch the last couple of years for it, so he knows this track and can run it quite quickly. So.
I think the interesting question will be, now that we're probably adding a bit more wing back onto the cars compared to last round, is that going to play a bit more into McLaren again? And Red Bull seem to have made some different decisions regarding setup last weekend. Max opted for lower wing, even though apparently a lot of their simulations were saying they needed to run more wing to be faster. maybe they're changing their strategy a bit when it comes to car setup, like you said, Lachlan. And if they found a good sweet spot for that car and Max can extract the most out of it, maybe the Red Bull can be dangerous again in Baku. They're still going to be running pretty low levels of downforce here. So I think it's going to be hard to tip a winner, and it's going to be even harder to pick second, third, fourth, and fifth of this race, I think.
Yeah, you can never write Max off.
Well, you can at your own peril and lose a possible tip out of it, but he'll be coming hard again this weekend. He does love a long straight and really likes to open that car up, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it'll be interesting to see whether McLaren can rebound from last weekend and extract a bit more pace from their car. And given the number of corners around this track, you would expect they should perform better. But yeah, the main straight and that DRS opportunity for overtaking is going to be really interesting.
Because the other takeaway from last weekend was too, we've had one of the penalties overturned for Sergio, wasn't it?
Carlos Sainz.
Carlos,
yeah.
Carlos got his penalty overturned there, so he no longer has the grid pace penalties on that one.
So they've taken his penalty away. Was it Bortoletto that he dusted up, or was it in that corner?
Oh, who did he hit that?
Or was it Behrman? Can't remember.
I think it was Behrman. Was it Ollie?
So,
wasn't it?
No, it was for Liam Lawson when they went into turn one.
Punchy, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't that other incident, because that other incident was, I think Carlos copped the blame, but there was a lot of people saying that it wasn't actually. Or
no, he didn't get the blame for that one. It was.
He didn't get the blame for it, but he should have. That's right. Okay, yeah, the other way around.
Well, in our opinion.
Well, of course, it's always
So. Yeah, in this case, I think Williams said that they challenged the decision after the race, and the FIA said they were satisfied with the evidence that Williams provided. They agreed it was a racing incident. They couldn't do anything about the time penalty in the race, but they have agreed to wipe the 2-point license penalty that Sainz was issued on the day. So he's got his 2 points back. So I think he was up to 10 out of 12 points after that race, wasn't he? So now he's back to 8. So a little bit of a margin there.
Space.
A little bit of breathing space, yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, Max is still on 9 or 10, I think, at the minute.
There's a couple of drivers who are up there, so I mean, they still need to be careful for the last 7 rounds of the season.
Yeah.
And we'll insert a graph of, or Christian will insert a graph of penalty points and drivers. It'll be on there.
I love the fact you've just given him some work to do.
He's got plenty of time.
This episode seems very graph laden at the point.
If he's got Delhi Belly and he's recovering in his hotel room at the moment, yeah, he's got plenty of time to put a graph together for us.
Delhi Belly like a graph.
Well, to be fair, I'm pretty sure the three of us recommended he do that and go and try the street vendor foods. We said that was a highly recommended way to have your lunch and dinner while you're over there. So yeah, it should be fine. No problems.
Yeah, so
nothing a bit of Imodium won't fix. It'll be fine.
Hoping for an interesting result, although you did provide another graph, Dan, which we haven't put up yet, which is about the number of overtakes per race, which was at its highest on the first round in 2016. But
that's kind of interesting, actually. Like, I didn't expect. I just said, "I'll just give us some graphs," but it's quite interesting because they've dropped away quite markedly in the last. Well, what's that, since 2019, and
less than half.
Like, I think the first year was a bit of an anomaly, being at 80 odd overtakes was probably a bit unusual, maybe for a new track. They were all sort of figuring out what to do, but yeah, like, it's really dropped away. And I think Lachlan made the comment about, well, we hope it's not another kind of Monaco where there's just not overtakes happening and making it interesting. So
exactly, we don't want it to be a ball fest. A bit of rain might help, but when there was 50 or 60 overtakes a race for the first sort of 3 or 4 years there, it was great viewing because it was just action all the way through the race. But last year there was 23 or something. It wasn't that many, and it doesn't make for exciting racing.
Less than that.
Yeah,
I mean, what do you got, 50 or 60 overtakes? 50 or 60 overtakes between 20 cars?
We've only got 50 laps, so you're talking like at least an overtake a lap for most of the race. So there's always something.
Yeah,
there's always something going on. There's always something for viewers to look at. The broadcast is not going to be focusing on the same car or the top two for half the race. Like, you want a bit of action. It'd be good.
If the top car gets away, at least in the middle field, we'll be having a good challenge, and having a big fight between places 3 to 7 or 8 or something like that. That could be the way to go.
Yep.
And with a long lap, too, like with a long track, generally going to be caught in traffic. Like Monaco's a bit shorter, so you kind of get traffic a lot through the race.
Well, this is where pit strategy could come in for an undercut. So if you're out there and you can time it right, you can potentially then do a good jump because of the length of the track.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
for this round, Pirelli's got the 3 softest compounds. So in Pirelli's press release, which came out overnight, they think the average stint length per compound will be 37 laps for the hard and about 13.8 laps for the medium. So I doubt anyone's going to run the soft in the race. It'll probably be too soft. But I think what we've seen all season is running the hards and the mediums. They're probably going to be the best race tyres. But
what did
the
you say?
key will be
30 and 13.
37 laps on the hards and
37.
Yep.
So you'll
If
just
you run
finish.
a hard and a medium, that'll get you through the whole race.
You'll get through, yeah.
Exactly.
You only get about 5 laps out of the soft at this point, based on
that. It's probably not going to be much, and no one's really going to consider it unless there was like a late safety car or something like that. So, but given, if Pirelli think you can run 37 laps on the hard, we'll see like what we saw last week, whether it was Ocon or Behrman, I think, ran the whole race on the hard, apart from the last lap. They just changed for a medium or soft because they had to,
They had to, yeah.
Yep.
So we could see some alternate strategies, coming in for that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what the tyre wear is going to be like. It's a fairly low grip sort of circuit. So, it'll be interesting.
And hopefully we don't see any, inter-team undercuts that upset, the Drivers' Championship order of things too much.
Well, look, that was an interesting one from McLaren. I mean, it blew over straight away. There was no follow-up from fans or internet or memes or anything like that.
No one's been talking about it this week.
No, just they've put it behind them. Everyone's moved on. I don't think I've seen another video since it came out, actually. So, but it'd be interesting to see if McLaren puts a tail between the legs and goes, right, they can just race, or they're going to continue on this ridiculous rubbish team orders thing that they try to justify between themselves and try and, get Lando Norris the title that they all want him to have.
The team orders thing, I understand. It's when something like a pit stop stuff up or a mechanical or something like that happens, it's part of racing. Like, they shouldn't be making decisions because of that. I didn't agree with that at all. But I like Oscar's response during the week. He said, look, I've been leading the championship since round X. I'm just going to keep driving the way I'm driving. So he's just head down, focused, still probably the favourite to take this Grand Prix out. He's doing well.
And we commented on that last episode we commented on that last episode that he just had to keep his nose in front and not surrender too many points per race. And it was probably, a fairly comfortable deal for him.
Yeah. I mean, look, winning, the attitude you need to take into any sort of championship is not to try and win every race. It's just to maximise points in every race. Like last weekend, he wasn't the fastest. He knew Lando was a little bit quicker. Maximise points. That's what he did. Like, if you just always maximise your finish and keep this run going that he's had. I think he's had, how many Grand Prix has he finished in now? 40 or something? He's on the leaderboard. Like, he's about to overtake Hamilton for the longest streak of races finished. He's just been really consistent. Probably a little bit lucky he hasn't had mechanical issues like Lando's had, but it also means he's kept his nose clean. He's stayed out of trouble. Been some very close shaves when he's locked up the brakes trying to overtake Lando. Very close shaves, but he hasn't taken the front wing off and he's finished the race. So.
But he's been managing the car, though. That's the main thing. So he hasn't been driving it ridiculously. He's looked after it, managed it, and got it to the end of the line, which in most cases scored points off it.
Yep.
It's just lucky he doesn't suffer from vertigo. He spent so much time on the podium.
Yeah. But he hasn't made mistakes either. Like, we've commented all season that Lando's been under way more pressure this year. Probably wasn't expecting Oscar to be this quick because Oscar was still a little way off him last season. And Lando's made some little mistakes, a couple of qualifying mistakes here and there. He's made a few mistakes in races when he's been under pressure because Oscar's right up there with him. So Lando has to iron out any mistakes for the remainder of the season to give himself a chance of taking out the title as well. So still a lot of pressure on both of them.
Well, in saying that, I think we can probably head towards doing the downshift tips now, which is obviously the most highly regarded set that we do. You can hang your hat on it, go straight to the bookie of these ones. Now, with with KT away, and it's happy birthday to Nathan. It was his birthday, so we went out for lunch today. And while we were sitting around having our lunch, we thought, Christian's not here. Who would Christian like for pole and 1, 2, 3 for the race? So we sat down amongst us and we did a clinical assessment of Christian's state of mind. And I believe we've come up with
unanimously, I might add.
Well, we had a bit of discussion, but
no question at all.
Absolutely. So, we sat down after this, and by the narrowest of margins for pole position, Christian has voted for Yuki Tsunoda to come in. Now, in first place, so given that, the pole doesn't normally win it, he has selected Ollie Behrman to come through for the win. So we're pretty keen on that.
Dark horse. Good odds on Ollie. Yeah. You'll get,
if he didn't have the runs already when he hears this episode.
He feels that Lance Stroll is going to come through for second place this weekend. And in third, which we were a little bit surprised about, but he's actually got Liam Lawson coming through for a podium place there. So obviously we wish Christian the absolute best of luck for his tips for this weekend.
To be fair, Lance has podiumed here before. That was his maiden podium. So I don't think he's far off.
Wait, hold on. I think he's actually sent that through via a video chat link. Hold on.
Do we have something, do we? It's come through.
We've got a video. Oh, right. Hold on, mate. Hold on. Oh, he's changed his mind. Hold on. So in pole position, he's actually got Charles Leclerc, because apparently
Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, he's taken it out the last couple of times. But he's not going to back him the whole way, because he does believe that Oscar Piastri is going to take the win this weekend. Charles is going to come in second place, and fighting through to get there in third position, Lando Norris.
Right.
Interesting.
I think you should have gone with the first three. That'd be far more exciting.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to adjust the spreadsheet in the meantime, but it is a lot more work for me. But I'll get to it. That's all right. So
you've got access to the spreadsheet now.
I've got access to the spreadsheet now.
So you can just go back and fix that retrospectively.
Yeah, I'll put that in. So what do we have? We had Piastri.
Just
so we had Stroll for second.
Just check your account. There might be some money coming your way from me.
All right, now let's get on to the other part of this. So Nathan, you've had a long, hard think about this. You took the day off work today to contemplate this.
I did. I had a day off today.
Who are we going for pole position, mate?
I spent 4 hours thinking about this. I'd have to say, because of Max's performances last week, it does make it a bit more interesting, but I'm going to go with the method that I've used for most of the season. I'm going to pick Oscar Piastri for pole, Oscar Piastri for the race win. I think he's going to make 3 pole to race win conversions in the history of this track. Second, I will go for Lando. And third, I've got to put Max in again. I think that Red Bull is going to be quick again this weekend.
So is this basically the Command C, Command V strategy?
It is this week, yes. But you, if you look back over my tips, I've made a few changes.
Just let you know, round 15, same. Round 16, same. Round 17, current one, same. Although to be fair though, round 14, you swap the third place getter. Otherwise, consistency for you is king.
Do you know how to win a championship? You have to maximise your points every round, right? So this is what we're doing. We're trying to maximise our points every round.
Okay, fair enough. Now, Dan, do you want to do the magic hat first, or would you like me to go with mine?
I'll let you go first.
Okay. Well, look, I'm going to take a slightly varied race for that one. I think Max is going to come through again and actually take pole. So I am going to stick Max Verstappen in there for pole position. I am going to, however, back Oscar for the win, just because I do want to see him stick it up and get that done. So I am going to put
showing your Australian bias, aren't we?
Absolutely, yep. And just to make sure that it continues on, I am going to go Lando for second, but I feel that Max is going to fade away and we're going to end up having Charles come through for third place.
Charles, the Ferrari.
Probably not bad predictions, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Ferrari have been doing all right. They're getting there. All right. Now the real stuff.
I'll let you know how Sunday at about 11 o'clock. That's how that's going. Yep.
At a reasonable time. That's pretty good. Well, there you go. I got Charles for pole. Sorry, I just kicked into it. Sorry to.
No, all good.
How many names have you got in the hat? Have you got the top 10?
1, 2, 3, 4. What have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 names in the hat. Right.
Sorry, did you have pole position? Pole was Charles.
So Esteban, Isaac, and Alex Albon are out still, because that's not going to happen. Okay. So Charles for pole.
I got Paul, yep. I've got that, yep.
And, and this is going to be unusual, Charles for first place. So that would be rather unusual.
Well,
another conversion from pole, yes.
Yeah, well, you never know. We might be we might have to update that graph.
This would make
That's
Ferrari's
something
day.
right here.
I made the mistake. I put
Is
Charles
this going to
back
be
in.
Lewis?
Anyway, so it's Oscar for second,
Oh,
which
Ooh,
is
that's
not
not
a
a bad
terrible
one.
result.
no.
Right.
And for third place will be, I bet I pulled Charles out again because I put him back in by accident, Lewis Hamilton. Okie doke.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
Ferrari.
Double Ferrari podium. Gee, Fred would be happy with that, I tell you.
Well, I'll tell you, if
Maybe
you
I'll-
get
I might
your
get a Christmas
predictions,
card.
it means we're not going to get any of ours. So you're going to gain a big chunk of points on us in
I've
this
got to,
Silver
I've got to
Championship.
go big or go home.
You got to
know.
go big
Yeah.
now.
I got nothing to lose.
You got to start swinging for the fences.
I've got to double digits at least, so that's okay.
You're on the upward trend,
Haven't I?
Dan.
Or am I
That's
still
the
on
main
9?
thing.
I think
But
I
you're on
was
17.
12. Oh, 17. Wow.
Yeah. So,
Mind you,
so
I'm
he's
on
stopping me.
37. You're 20 points
Well,
behind.
yeah,
37,
okay. Oh.
34, 33, and 17.
Well, it's only...
But this is the chance, Dan, to go 7 points. So, you can jump
imagine that.
significant launch. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we're trying to imagine it,
Wow.
but we're struggling, so that's all right.
This
Oh,
is
look.
called going full send.
Dreams,
Oh, well, so with those absolute lock-in predictions done, obviously there's slight variations, so depends on who you trust more as to who you're going to go and throw your hard-earned on at the tip-in if you're going to go down that path as well. So, but that sort of wraps up our episode for another one. So remember to like and subscribe to get the latest episodes as they drop, and we will see you on the next lap.
That's the checkered flag for this episode of The Downshift. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us in the paddock. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a lap. And hey, if we've earned it, drop us a 5-star review. It really helps us climb the grid and reach more motorsport fans. Until next time, keep it fast, keep it fun, and we'll catch you on the next lap.